Highway 395 is one of California's most iconic drives. It parallels the Eastern Sierra and offers access to incredible hiking trails, alpine lakes, and unforgettable outdoor adventures. Many of the stops on this list are reachable by car or involve only a short hike. But if you're looking for backcountry hikes, I've linked a couple of videos in the description on some of the best hikes in the Eastern Sierra. Let's get into it. Here are 12 must-see, easy-access stops off Highway 395. Lake Sabrina. Lake Sabrina, or Lake Sabrina, which I think is the official way to pronounce it, is a stunning alpine lake about 20 minutes south of Bishop. It's located at the end of California State 168, which is an incredibly scenic turnoff off Highway 395. It's a popular photography spot in the fall, and it serves as the trailhead to some gorgeous backcountry hikes, including one of my favorites, Blue Lake. Aspendell. Just west of Bishop and also along Route 168, Aspendell is a well-known spot for fall colors in the Eastern Sierra. Nearby, Bishop Canyon and North Lake offer even more beautiful scenery. A great hike to do in this area is the Lamarck Lakes Trail, which starts at North Lake Campground. Convict Lake. Just 10 miles south of Mammoth Lakes, Convict Lake is surrounded by dramatic mountains and features crystal clear water. An easygoing 2.5-mile trail circles the lake, offering beautiful views the whole way. There's also a boat launch, making it a convenient spot for paddleboarding and kayaking in the Eastern Sierra. About 15 minutes south of Mammoth Lakes is an area of active geothermal springs known as Hot Creek. The site is easily accessible about 3 miles down Hot Creek Hatchery Road off Highway 395 and is free to visit. Here's a tip: just past the main parking area is an overlook called Breeze Lookout, which has a perfectly lined up view of the meandering creek and the Eastern Sierra mountain ridge. Mammoth Lakes Basin. Mammoth Lakes Basin is a top stop on Highway 395. Surrounded by magnificent granite peaks, the area offers year-round activities. A couple of my favorite drive-up spots are Twin Falls Overlook and Lake Mary. In the summer, I recommend checking out Rainbow Falls, which you can access via shuttle. I did a whole video on visiting Rainbow Falls, and it's linked in the description. For hikes in the Mammoth area, 2 of my favorites are Adiza Lake and Duck Lake. They're both mentioned in my top 10 hikes in the Eastern Sierra video, linked below. June Lake. About 20 minutes north of Mammoth Lakes, June Lake is a picturesque alpine lake with the impressive Carson Peak as the backdrop. It's a popular spot for boating, kayaking, paddleboarding, and fishing. The area features a 14-mile scenic loop known as June Lake Loop. Along June Lake Loop is Silver Lake. Silver Lake has incredible mountain views, and it's a great area to see fall colors along the loop. It's also easily accessible with a boat launch, making it a convenient spot for kayaking and paddleboarding. Tioga Pass. Tioga Pass is the eastern entrance to Yosemite National Park and a gorgeous drive. At over 9,000 feet, it's the highest highway pass in California. Along the way, you'll see alpine meadows, rugged peaks, and beautiful alpine lakes. It's a seasonal road, so check if it's open before planning your trip. Two of my favorite hikes in the Eastern Sierra are right off Tahoe Pass, Conus Lakes and 20 Lakes Basin. Twin Lakes. Twin Lakes, just a 10-minute drive off Highway 395 near Bridgeport, California, consists of an upper and lower section and is easily accessible. The lakes feature spectacular scenery and are a popular spot for fishing. Buckeye Hot Springs. Just north of Bridgeport, Buckeye Hot Springs is located along the banks of Buckeye Creek in the eastern Sierra Mountains. To reach the springs, you'll have to take a dirt road right off Highway 395 for about 3.5 miles. You'll find a couple of small pools near the parking area that overlook the creek and have beautiful views of the mountains. You can soak in these before hiking down to the main hot springs. Lake Tahoe. You can reach Lake Tahoe from Highway 395 via Highway 50, with the closest point being around a 30-minute drive from the junction near Carson City, Nevada. Lake Tahoe is truly an outdoor lover's dream, and I've been lucky enough to call it home for over 5 years now. Like Mammoth Lakes, Lake Tahoe is more than just a quick stop. You can spend years exploring all it has to offer. I've done tons of videos on the best things to do in Lake Tahoe, so you can go ahead and binge on that playlist, which I've linked in the description below. I also want to take this opportunity to mention that I sell photography prints of Lake Tahoe. They're available on my website, and it's a really great way to support the channel while having a little piece of Lake Tahoe in your home. I currently have a collection called the Tahoe Blues Collection, and I've just added a couple of new ones recently. So I'd love for you to check that out, and again, it's a great way to support the channel. The link is in the description, and it's also pinned in the comments. And last on the list, and the only city mentioned, is Reno. I lived in Reno for 6 months, and it's such a fun city. While it's close to Lake Tahoe, it has a lot to offer on its own, with fun bars, restaurants, and of course, the casinos if you're into that. One of my favorite areas in Reno is the Midtown District. It's artsy and full of trendy cocktail spots. And for the best panoramic views of the city with the Sierra Nevada mountains in the background, I recommend heading up to University Park. For more on what to do in Reno, check out my Reno guide, which I've linked in the description below. I hope you enjoyed this guide on must-see and easily accessible spots along Highway 395. All of the spots mentioned on this list are between Bishop and Reno. I might do another video covering locations south of Bishop and heading towards LA. On this channel, I create lots of videos on Lake Tahoe, the Sierras, and Northern California, so if that's something you're interested in, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That's all for now, and I'll see you in the next video.